The elephant is not in the room. He outside, but everybody knows what I'm going through. A lot of people have a lot to say. As my brother been calling me, a lot of people, and thank you everybody that's reached out and the thoughts and prayers. I sincerely appreciate that. But when you think about it, Ocho, man, 50% of the people don't care that you got problems. I'm learning, and it's still a learning process, is that you got to drown out the noise, man.
Got to.
You can't be concerned with everybody because everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody think they know you. They really do. Everybody think they know you when they really don't. They heard this or they heard that. Have you ever talked to Shannon? Have you ever been around with Shannon? Have you been around Ocho? Have you been in Ocho's presence?
Let them know. Crash out.
So what makes you think you know him? How well do you know him? So Shedeur, just go do your thing.
Shannon Sharpe talks about Shedeur Sanders destroying his haters. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Shedeur spoke to the media today and had a couple of notable sound bites. Listen to what Shedeur on critics saying that he didn't have the talent to be selected at the top of the draft. Let's take a listen to what Shedeur had to say, Ocho.
Let's check it out.
NFL quarterback you can be.
I mean, thank you for saying that, because I don't like my job here isn't to prove people wrong. Like I prove myself right. That's and I fully have self-belief, and what those people say, that's just their opinion. So I don't truly care. They don't really live in my mental space about that type of stuff. It really doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, shout out to Shedeur Sanders. That's how you have to do. Prove yourself right. You belong in the NFL. You got a lot of people hating on you. You got NFL owners allegedly colluding to maybe push you back into the draft. 5th round, 144. Now, I had some things to say about Shedeur previously. I criticized his game. But as far as being an overall good quarterback, he's a 1st or 2nd round. So for him to fall to the 5th round, 144, I think that has something to do with the owners. Even Tom Brady, his mentor, part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, he didn't even draft him or put in the bid for him. So just a lot of stuff surrounding Shedeur, and looks like he's motivated to destroy all of his haters.
I like that. And that's what I tell people. Your job is not to prove somebody wrong. It's your job to prove yourself right.
Exactly.
And if you prove yourself right, in the process of proving you right, you'll prove them wrong. And that's the thing that, you have to learn. And it's been a process. Stop worrying about what people that don't know you think.
I think a lot of people have.
Yep. Stop worrying about that, because Ocho, you heard me say this. I want people to love. I just need the people that I love to love me.
Come on now.
See, you trying to and obviously the elephant is not in the room. He outside, but everybody knows what I'm going through. A lot of people have a lot to say. But as my brother been calling me, a lot of people, and thank you everybody that's reached out and the thoughts and prayers. I sincerely appreciate that. But when you think about it, Ocho, man, 50% of the people don't care that you got problems.
Hey, shout out to Unc for addressing it. He can't go in details just because this is an ongoing civil lawsuit. But at least he knows, hey, he got his people around him. People gonna make their jokes. I may throw a joke or two here and there, but for the most part, hopefully he's innocent. Hopefully he can prove his innocence and doesn't have to pay any money. A lot of dirty laundry's been aired out by his attorney, by Tony Busby, the $10 million thing and being sued for 50. So it's good to see that Shannon Sharpe is keeping his head up. You got to continue your work. Yeah, you're off of ESPN. You may have lost your sponsors, but hey, you still got a great following on YouTube. Should be able to generate some money in his other business ventures as well. So shout out to Shannon Sharpe for pushing through.
The other 50% glad you got him.
Come on, Pastor.
So now what?
Pastor.
Amen.
Take your time.
I agree with Shedeur. I'm not worried about, look, I'm where I am.
Right.
This is where I am. I'm in Cleveland. 31 other teams that didn't select me, and I understand that there's some teams, Cincinnati and Baltimore, and certain teams weren't in the realm for quarterback. I get it. I'm not talking about those. Thank you, Cleveland, for giving me an opportunity. Because sometimes all you need is an opportunity.
Yep.
And now what you do with that opportunity will tell us who and what you are.
Yeah, shout out to Shedeur again. By him falling to the 5th round, maybe he needs that added bit of energy to push him through, to get him to that next level. Yeah, he's flashy, flexing on everybody, rocking the AP, the iced out jewelry. That's great, but when it comes to being an NFL quarterback or an NFL player in general, all those extra stuff's cool, but you got to make sure that you're on the field and can consistently be out there as a starter. So maybe this may, humble him a little bit, but not in a negative way. Like, all right, people ain't really buying this image right now. I got to prove it on the field, and, then saying all the flashy stuff, that's going to be great when you become a superstar in the NFL. That's just added extra stuff. That's icing on the cake. So shout out to Shedeur, man. I'm rooting for him. Hopefully he can prove his haters wrong. Again, I've been critical of him at times, but for the most part, let's see what happens when he's in the NFL and see if he can get a starting job in Cleveland.
But the thing is, Ocho, is that, you have to learn that I'm learning, and it's still a learning process, is that you got to drown out the noise, man.
Got to.
You can't be concerned with everybody because everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody think they know you. They really do. Everybody thinks they know you when they really don't. They heard this or they heard that. Have you ever talked to Shannon? Have you ever been around with Shannon? Have you been around Ocho? Have you been in Ocho's presence?
Let him know. Crash out.
So what makes you think you know him? How well do you know him? So Shedeur, just go do your thing. That's all. That's all he can do now, Ocho. It's about playing. At some point in time, the talking will stop.
You got to play.
The playing will start. The cream will rise to the top, and then we'll have something to talk about. But right now, I don't really.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do at this point. Drown out the noise like he's doing, tune everything out, and just ball out on the field. Learn the plays, perform great at the rookie camps, and get ready for the real summer training when everybody comes there. So as long as he's doing good, like it's being reported, the throws are looking accurate, looking on point, looking crispy, that's good for Shedeur Sanders. You want to make sure you're competing with Dylan Gabriel or the other quarterback that got drafted. Don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson long term. Looks like he may be out for the remainder of the season with that injury. So it's really Flacco, the other rookie, Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, and maybe Pickett. He may have something to say as well, but let's be real. It's between those three, the two rookies and Flacco, on who's going to be the starting quarterback. So I like Shedeur's chances of being that starter.
I think they want to make him frustrated. They wanted to make him lash out. I should have been this. I should have been that. He's too well schooled.
Like hey, I call he's seasoned. Even though he's just getting here, based on where he's coming from, he's seasoned. He's already prepared, mentally prepared for this. He's going to be fine. And the one thing I do like is I want to prove me wrong. We have too many people today, especially in today's society. We're in a social media era where everybody is worried about looking a certain way, dressing a certain way, looking the part, looking like I have it, because they're so worried about what everybody else is going to say. Every morning you get up and you look in that mirror, that's the person you're in competition with.
Yeah, real talk. He's in competition with himself right now, but in actuality, he still has to go out there and ball out. Everything is cool when you're not being tackled, not running for your life. But when the real training camp starts, where you got your veterans in there and everybody on that team, where they, try to rush you, ain't going to be no tackles going on in practice. But there's going to be tense situations to where he's still going to have to throw the ball accurately. So that's what I'm looking for with Shedeur Sanders. This is cool. Get your confidence up in the rookie training camp. But I want to see him hopefully in a preseason game, in real game action. I want to see those intangibles come out. Like, is he going to be able to perform under pressure? So, yeah, it's easy to tune noise out now when nothing really matters. Nothing's on the line. I want to see him in a preseason setting. That's where we're going to get a real feel for Shedeur Sanders in the NFL.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the person in competition with.
I just need to beat him from yesterday, Ocho.
Get better.
I just need to be better today than that guy was yesterday.
Yeah, every time. And every time you look in the mirror, right? And you have to understand, I'm competing against me. And anytime you compare yourself to somebody else, comparison is the thief of joy.
Real talk.
You'll be sad every time, depending on who you're comparing yourself to.
Go ahead, preach, Ocho.
You better put them goddamn horse blinders on like at the Kentucky Derby. Put your head down and just go straight forward.
Real talk.
At your own pace. Because you don't know nothing about nobody else's story.
No.
You don't know nothing about nobody else's story. Focus on your food right there in front of you and stop trying to pick off what other people play. You're going to be all right, man. Too many people, they lose like that, huh?
Yeah, and I think the main hate with Shedeur Sanders is really coming from Deion. Yeah, Shedeur, he's flashy, he likes to flex, but I just think with Deion talking before the draft, like he wants his son to go to certain teams, and basically this is what it was. You're going to listen to me, I'm your pop. So I think that had the effect to where, all right, You want your son to go to this and that team? How about he waits until the 5th round to be drafted? So just with the little bit of flexing Shedeur was doing, that was one thing with the owners. But by Deion Sanders, flexing and talking his talk, like he can pick which team is going to draft his son. I think that was the nail in the coffin for Shedeur Sanders in the NFL draft, being pushed back to the 5th round. So either way, he still got to prove those haters wrong. He still got to shut up a lot of people. And I know Deion Sanders, he going to be there watching, and he going to be there rooting for him to destroy all of his haters.
They lose like that. Worry about everybody else. And you drive yourself crazy trying to please everybody too.
Can't please everybody.
You do.
Can't do it.
Because at the end of the day, are you happy? Because there have been times, Ocho, where in the process of trying to please somebody, I was trying to please everybody else. But the one person that was unhappy was me. So in the process, everybody else is happy. Everybody's ecstatic. I'm giving, they doing this, they doing that, and I'm miserable.
It happens all the time.
I'm asking myself, is it enough? What else do I need to do? Because I'm trying to make sure everybody else is happy. And deep down inside, I'm dying. It's one thing to be alone. It's something else entirely different to be lonely.
And that's how Shedeur Sanders needs to operate. You can't please everybody. The haters, they going to hate regardless. As long as your teammates rock with you, the coaching staff is rocking with you, you got your family, you good to go. So I like his mentality. He's proven himself right where he belongs in the NFL, and we're going to see what happens moving forward with Shedeur. I'm eager to see him in a preseason setting. It looks like he's going to get a lot of snaps as well, and hopefully he can become a starter. I know he got a lot of people hating on him, but I think that's going to fuel him to perform at a high level in his rookie season. So shout out to Shedeur Sanders for destroying his haters.